sorry. Little technical difficulties here at the Laserox HQ. Nothing works as we expected it today. But hopefully here we are. Please let me know. My team will let me know if you hear me and see me right. So just comment or write anything if our stream is okay and if the audio quality is okay, the video quality. So yeah, I'm not seeing myself, so I'm relying on you guys. Yeah, so we're here to just a bit recap the last 3-4 months, which has been just super overwhelming, of course, with everything going on in the world. But yeah, we have been super busy here. I have a cheat sheet here which says we had a lot of new products released this year as well. Oh, I have 14 different products. Oh, amazing. Okay, that's the latest numbers. And we wanted to go through a bit over a few of them, which you guys really liked, which we got a lot of feedback on, and just go on a live just product tour as we would do on a convention. And if you have guys any questions, just put them in the comments and we're happy to answer. And of course, we will be going through a few of our newest upcoming releases, like the Glen or the Mansion Crate, which I have here on my left. So stay tuned. Let's jump right into it. Our first organizer I'll be showing you guys today is the one for Quacks of Quedlinburg, or in Hungarian, because we have a Hungarian edition, Quacks of Quedlinburg. So if you want to learn Hungarian, now is the time. Okay, let's jump right into it. This organizer was designed to hold the base game and of course both expansions, the Witches and the Alchemist, so both of them are inside the box here. And some good news, because many of you asked if we can fit the Geek Bits upgrades in here, they also fit. So if you have them, as you can see them here, they also fit. So yeah, I started already unpacking the box. I thought maybe just start from the bottom here. We have one tray here. I hope we have a good camera angle on it. Where we have all the larger cardboard pieces from the Witches, and of course all the recipes or like spell books. All of them, they fit in these two compartments here without an issue. And of course you have the cutouts on the side, on the bottom here, which are good to just take them out much easier. The potions, they have a separate slot here. Yeah, that's about it for this compartment. We have 4 of these identical trays. These are for all the player components, so you have here all the little bits and pieces and your little bag. You squish it in. And since we are up to 5 players, the 6th one is for the coins, for the die. So anything else which is left, so you just store them in here. Then, of course, we have a lot of little bits, all the different ingredients, and each of the ingredients have a separate tray with some nice engravings here and there to help you clarify which ingredient goes in which tray. So yeah, the white ones already divided into 3 slots, the 3, 2, 1. You might wonder why we have this little piece here. Once we gonna sort everything back into the box, I'll give you an explanation, but it's just here to hold the components more in place, but you can take it out when you play. We have the mushrooms here. About these lids, they were designed that you just press on one side and you just flip it open. And these trays work in the way that you can take the recipe book and just put it on here on the back. There's a little slot there. Slide it in, so when you play, it's just put it in there. Easy access. I mean, it should help you doing. So you basically have no setup. Just put it out and you're ready to go. So that's how all the trays work. This is for all the red ones, for all the mushrooms. With the geek bits, I have to note you have to be a bit more careful when you sort everything back, so everything sits flush. Then we have here the nice yellow ones, same system, 1, 2, and 4, everything in here. Blue ones and green ones, which go in the bottom, they have a nice engraving. Let's see if we can get a nice camera angle on it. Does it work? Okay. So you have basically the game aesthetics on the trays as well. On the side we have some more trays for the purple ones with a nice lid. For the black ones, again with a lid. And they have also the slot on the sides. You have the orange ones also divided into the numberless. Yeah, just to show you, it also has a nice engraving on the bottom. And here you have all the gemstones with our kind of engraved logo on it. And each of the compartments, they have a slanted side on one edge, which just makes it super easy and convenient to just take it out, put it back in. And then last but not least, we have one larger tray for all the cards. You have a lid here, like a side panel, which you can take off. You can store it, put it on the bottom, because then it lets you have the cards at an even steeper angle. And you have these type of cards on the top. You have a divider there, which you can of course take out, and all the rest of the cards. So just as you like, and as how it fits your gaming session. So that's for the cards, and then everything goes back into the box. Let me see. Yep, the cards go in here. You put the orange ones. On top goes the purple and the black one. The nice thing about these lids, so they're kind of symmetric, so it doesn't matter which orientation you put them, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Did I put it the wrong way? You have the 6 little boxes, also with like a nice cutout here on the sides. Yeah. Then we have these 2 trays. The large tray for the cardboard pieces, and then here we go with the white ones. Okay, and then how you put all the bigger player boards. So first you take these ones, the laboratory ones, you put them on here. You take the large scoreboard, you take the individual player boards. You have to keep attention to this little detail here, so that it comes to the for me, left top edge. So this little corner is empty, where you can put in these expansion tiles there. And here comes into play this little gate here, which just prevents anything from sliding out and just walking around your box. So that's about it. That's for Quacks of Quedlinburg. I don't know if you have any questions regarding it, or later on, just post them in the comments, and we're happy to give answers. So let's go to our next one, which was in a cooperation with Trek Games Edition. The Lost Rooms of Arnak. So we tried here to capture the artwork, as we do in any of our organizers, but here as well, and to keep like this mysterious, adventurous Indiana Jones feeling. So you have the large game board here covering everything, so you don't know what's below it. And then you start opening, and then you start seeing the nice parts, and already some wood and nice engravings coming out here. Yeah, so player boards, individual boards here on top, and then here you can already see how it's made. You have plenty of space left for any extra cards. Yeah, these 2 trays are basically identical, just a bit different artwork, and they are mirror images of each other. You have a lid here on the front covering, you take out the lid on the top, and you have all the cards here. So this could be the draw pile, and then so one is the draw pile, one is the discard pile, everything in one hand. So when you finish, you just put in back the lid, and then you just close it so everything stays in place. Even if you transport your game box, it doesn't matter how you shake it, everything will stay there. And the other part is for the other cards, so same style. One is draw pile, the other one is a discard. So this is for the cards. Yep. And yeah, I just wanted to show the nice artwork our graphic designer guys did here. So with all the leaves and stones and embellishments. 2 trays here in the middle. You can see some dangerous animals you might encounter here in the deep forest or in the jungle. Again, some lids. You put it on the bottom side, you have it at an angle, and some fear cards, which are basically just trash cards in your deck. And you have like this little triangle here, which just keeps it in place, locks it, so you know they would stay together. Okay, so I have so much stuff here to talk about. The 4 player parts for 4 colors. You have them individual, you just take it out, you take the color you need. Okay, this is a combined tray here. Yeah, so in the middle you have these point score tiles, which are already laid out. In the form you have them on the game board as well, so you just put them on basically. And you have a little hole on the bottom, so just put your little pinky finger and you can just push them out, or there's a cutout on the side. And I mean, they're pretty loose in here, so you have plenty of space to just take them out easily. And under it you have all the rest of the tokens which you need, so just there to get here. Just put them on the game board, quite easy access. Yeah, and then we have a few more like little wells, which are here for all the tokens, with a slanted wall here again, just easy access. And even if you have like an upgraded kit later on, there's plenty of space, so you can put any kind of other metal coins or plastic coins, whatever you want. You have the runes for all these 3D tokens. You have space here, and of course, again, artwork on the sides of both of these trays. Just makes it much nicer. Okay, 2 more trays, and then we have everything, I think, organized. The score sheet and the 1 and 2 location tiles here. So since the 1s are smaller, they go on top, and then below it you have the number 2s, again cut out on the side, just makes it super easy to access them. And then you have all the monsters here on this part. Yeah, that's about it. They sit quite flush, and this is just a little gimmick here. You have this super tiny tray which just sits on top here, and the adventurers you can hire, the other tiles which you will need during the gameplay. So again, we really try to focus here on easy access, quite easy setup. So just take it out, open the game board, and you're basically ready to go. And sorting it back should be a big task. You have plenty of parts where you can grab them and put it back, and it makes totally, I mean, it's logical how you would put them. You put them aside because you have these raised walls on the side. Then you have a space left where you can put these 2 card trays. Okay, there's a deeper part where you can put the character boards, character board play boards. Then you have in the middle section again raised parts where you put this board, and then what's left is the game board and the rules. And I think you're done. Everything sits flush, so if you close the game fully, it will be fine. And it doesn't matter which edition you have, German, English, French, Hungarian, Japanese, it's all the same box size. And of course, licensed by Czech Games Edition. So that's about Lost Ruins of Arnak. If you have any questions, again, let us know. Otherwise, we'll jump to the next one. There's one question? No, there's not. Okay. Let me see. The next on my list. Yeah, a quick technical question. This way or this way? Okay. turn around. Okay, yeah. Let's just make it more convenient. So, CloudAge. No, the other way around. Okay, sorry. CloudAge. Again, a licensed product here. Because we were just super captured when we tried this game. So this was like a game session. Surprise, surprise. We love playing board games. And we got the game and we just sit down and I mean, this is something which really captured us, and we said, okay, we need, even if there would be not a need for an organizer, we want to create one because we're in love with the game. So we sat down, okay, let's make one for it. Obviously, the game is about airships, and we had to put airships into the box. Airships are cool. You need airships in your life. Even if you don't have one, just buy yourself one. So, maybe just, start here. I mean, I think this is amazing. This is just my favorite part of this organizer, and I think from the whole Q1 organizer session, I mean, just having airships, and then of course, you have all the antennas, the rays, everything which is in the game, you have it on the airship, and then of course you have this lid here which slides open, and then you have all the tiles of your for your as a player what you need there, and if that's not enough, and then you have your own color disc, the wooden pieces, you just take out this bottom, it just slides. I don't know how to show it, but just slide it and then open it, and you have everything there as there would be the passengers. So I mean, if this is not cool, I don't know what else is. And of course, you have 4 players, so 4 airships here. They are here on the corner. Just game board pieces which just fit in nicely. You have one larger card holder with dividers for all the larger cards, sorted by type. You have these general cards, you have them here, and then I think the last slot. Yeah, we have, of course, we have everything sleeved with premium sleeves. We use Swan Panasia, so they were totally fine. The mission cards here, but I think even if you use something thicker, there is still some room left, so you should be fine. Then you have this tray for all the landmark hexagonal tiles, the general ones, and the cities. And then you have the bag here on top. Under it, you have a 3-slotted card holder, so for the market. You can store them there. What's nice about, of course, you can just grab them here, or you push it on the back side and you're just gonna lift them, but it's totally up to you. So you have that to use your sessions. These kind of chapter cards, you have them all in here because you don't just need them for a setup and then you're fine. You also have kind of cutouts to make it a little bit of industrial looking, to fit the artwork. So it was on here. Because we have more cards, we have more card trays. Again, the same logic. Card holder, I mean, the tray speaks for itself. I don't think I have to explain more. You have the card sleeves, the special card sleeves. You have them here, stored here, but you can rearrange however you want. And then we have 2 other resource trays. These are kind of wells. They have like nice self-closing, or like have a mechanism here, so even if you just shake it doesn't matter. I mean, it makes a nice sound, so you can make some musical stuff around, but yeah, with this lid, they just stay in place, and then you have the water droplets, and then all this metal resources in here, and yeah, I think just nice cloudy engravings on top here. Yeah, that's about setup 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't think it took as much longer. So that's our CloudAge organizer. Already available, so this is not a pre-order anymore. Yep, this goes in here. This large one here on the bottom, you put for airships. The map tiles, and this weirdly shaped piece goes on top. Rulebook, and I think you're done. And of course, I have to mention the lid sits flush, so no lid lifting on any kind of sort. So that's our CloudAge organizer, my favorite one. Another one, yeah, I'm more of a Euro gamer. This was right? Yeah, this was right. Praga, Caput Regni, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I think this was one of my colleagues' favorite game this quarter. One thing we were just so furious about, I don't know, I mean, yeah, they're functional, they work, but I didn't find it the best design. So we just said, okay, we need to remake the bridge. So we made our own version of the car bridge. So you get that included in the organizer. Since these are already assembled, we just had a little spot here. I mean, this organizer is pretty straightforward. Display board's already assembled, so you don't worry about it. You have, oops, something was not glued properly. I have to fix that. So it's just a different one. 3 basically identical of these hex holders. You have them sorted by first, second tier, and then the special ones. Everything is fitting in nicely with some. Oh, this wasn't glued at all. Someone was doing a poor job here. Oh, you were it. No worries. Just a pay cut, but it's fine. So yeah, you have the markings here and what type you have there, and you just put it out and then just put it on the game board. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The player colors here on the side, just little trays. Yeah, some more pieces here with all the little cardboard tokens, just to sorting it. What is maybe? Nah, come on. You need to glue it if it's not. Don't just put it next to each other. Okay, so you have the bigger hex, like the player. These tiles, they fit on top here, and then you have all the rest of the compartments here for the 4 advanced. I don't know how you call them, but the special tiles where you get the advancement or the special features, and then here we have just a storage, general storage for these kind of step cardboard towers. So they have a designated space, and if you put these tiles back here, right orientation like that, then you have these kind of mini trays which fit in these little slots here, so everything stays in place. So again, back there's so if you can see it, let me show it in the close up. You have these little cutouts here, which ensure you, if you put them next to the wall, then the player trays, like where you have the wooden pieces, they just fit in nicely. So you know where to put them. You put the stairs back. Even if you want to keep the original, that would fit as well. Put it in. With the player pieces, you have to keep a bit of attention because they have these 2 dials, so they have to be opposite to each other. Otherwise, the whole lot will be just too large. So that way you ensure that they sit flush. Game board on it, rulebook. Close it, lid flush. You can shake it, everything stays in place, so everything should be fine. Doesn't matter how you store it, vertically or horizontally, everything stays in place. Yeah, that's Praga. Caput Regni. Just to mention a few. The game boxes are getting larger and larger. We did a few for the Dead of Winter. So we did Dead of Winter, the first game. We did for the second, I get the expansion name, but as a different organizer. And then for the Warring Colonies, that's an upgrade kit. So you can store that in the second base game. And then so if you have everything, you can store everything in two organizers. That's just maybe that I have to check if it's in here. But I think there's a nice gimmick you guys would enjoy, or the issue is, it's such a nice gimmick that usually one of my colleagues is stealing it during office hours. It's a wooden knife. We just took kind of this knife here and just made a much larger version of it, which is then the first player marker. But usually we just play CS:GO and we knife each other, which is a lot of fun. So probably someone has it again. Someone is getting knifed. Okay, that's about, I think, our most recent releases. We have a few more which we did. The Legendary organizers, you can check to store all the Legendary cards for your deck building adventures. And just get the newest one, which is a heavy box. I think this was largely requested during the last few months because the second wave of Tainted Grail got shipped, and I wanted to have a quick glance over it. So everything which came in the second wave, the Last Night and the Red Death are expansion. So all the 3 adventures will fit inside. Yes, I have to mention, unfortunately, there's a slight lid lift. So if you can get this camera angle here, about centimeter of 2. So yeah, you're sitting 2, probably right. So unfortunately, but I was surprised that we can fit everything in with sleeved cards, with premium sleeves. So if I get the journals, which I think are the heaviest part, you have the save sheets here, these extra sheets, the letters, the book of memories, and then you finally get to the stuff which are cards. So we have a tray here for all the smaller item cards, all the rest. So they're here with EDXs on the side. We have plenty of dividers. We haven't divided the cards yet. So here you have the 3 stories. So you have the engraving on each of them, which says which story it's gonna be. So for the Last Night, or shall it be the Age of Legends, or Red Death. So since the Red Death one is a little bit thinner as a deck, we put the extra character boards which were coming with the game on the back here. So you store them there. So that's why this is a bit larger. They fit nicely here on the side. And then this one is one big tray. I will take it out, but normally this would stay in the game box inside. This is just a huge storage. I mean, you have plenty of dividers. You can divide and sort the cards however you want. This part, let me get out the large cards. You have 2 of these dividers. Yeah, so that's how they look. They are designed so you can store, if you have more, if you want to take from the original, the first big Tainted Grail organizer, more smaller cards, put them in here, so you can store them in this compartment. But you can take it also out, so you don't need to use this extra divider. So then you have more space for larger cards. So and each of the dividers is made in a way, so like one slot is smaller and the other one is raised. So you have 2 next to each other, so they wouldn't clash. So that's not an issue here. So I just take them out, use a large divider here. So and it's totally fine. Really sort them as you like. You have 3 like designated slots here on the sides, and again, you can adjust it to your needs. Like if you want to keep your played scenarios or whatever, it's totally up to you. So that's one for the cards. Let me put it back. And this is pretty heavy due to the sheer amount of cards which you have stored. And then you have one last tray which is for all the minis. So all the miniatures. I wasn't careful enough. So this is done here so that the top tray stays in place, so it doesn't come off easily. And you have here all the larger figures, the smaller. This is a foam padding, so I have mine sun dropped. They're totally fine. If you shake them too hard, they could fall off. But during normal use. You can just put in a box, take them out. That would fit totally fine. Let me need a bit of carefully when putting it in, but then they will stay right nicely. You can paint them and they wouldn't scratch the paint off the figures. They will have the figure names engraved on the bottom, so when you take out the figure you know where to put them back. So that was a nice suggestion we did, so you know which figure goes where. Simple tray, put them back. So that's our Tainted Grail stretch goal, or like Wave 2 organizer. First go the smaller books, the card tray. Again, doesn't matter which orientation until. Yep, and the 3 journals. Yeah, that's about it. So I'm getting a quite heavy box after all the cards were sleeved. 3 more organizers, which are to one system. Our Andor, which are not released yet, but I just wanted to give a small sneak peek. So we tried to organize all of Andor, like Andor, yeah, whatever. But there's so much stuff. There are so many figures. There's so many components that we wanted to do first 1 box. Then we realized nope, that's not gonna fit. So 2 boxes, and we ended up in 3 boxes, and even their space is tight. I will show you one. The system is similar, but always adjusting to each of the components. So you will have the list shortly, which expansion fits where. But we just went by chronological order, so how you would play the game as well. So the game board is sitting on top. You have some edges which control its movement, so it doesn't just slide out too much. You have extra game boards, the player boards, character boards, everything on top here. And then you have always these larger trays, like card holders, which store again all the cards in premium sleeves cards, or all the stories, scenarios, campaigns. Lots of little bits and pieces stored here. I mean, there's so much stuff for the different colors. Just giving you a glance how it will be. Always small little details like this bear here. So that goes in there. And token spaces are engraved. So we're quite close to coming to a finish. I think in a 2-3, and in the May release we will have this launch ready. So you can reserve yourself a copy. But that's basically how our Andor system is then organized. Yeah, you see it's still a prototype, so we're still testing if all the measurements are okay, all the parts are how we intended, and you would enjoy them as well. So that's just a sneak peek into our Andor series of organizers, because this was heavily requested since 2018 something, when we spoke to many of you in Essen Spiel. Many of you came, hey, we need a solution for Andor. So, yeah, we listened, and we will give our best. Game of Thrones, big fans. I'm not sure if you're allowed to talk about Season 8, but the board game is still, I think, an excellent piece of gaming. With the expansion inside, you have a little bit of lift, because there's, just was no way to store cards, components, and everything else here without a lift. My colleagues are signing that, they tried, but it was just not possible. And I think you will like this artwork, what you will see here. You have all the houses here. So just immediately you see the cards, you know which one you want to take. Again, this is still a prototype. There are a few little changes we're gonna make. But yeah, you have so many details coming back from the game, from the show, from the books, the castles, the wildlings attacking, and then the cards which you will draw at the beginning of the round. Everything again tested with premium sleeves. And small cards. Let's take a look at one of these trays. So on top you have the character, the cards, which you will use during your fights, your combat, and then below you have your control markers, your influence tokens, and on the bottom you have the actual figurines and your order tokens. So this is basically everything you will need to conquer Westeros and be the one true king. For here you are. The Targaryens have a little bit extra stuff, so you have the order tokens here and a little bit larger force on the bottom. So that was a bit differently organized because dragons are special, so they need special treatment. Otherwise, they will get angry and they blow you away. Another little compartment for all the game-specific tokens. You will also get an engraving on the top. Yeah, I think that's about it for our Game of Thrones organizer. And the game boards, player sheets, the extra game board, so everything on here gives you a little bit of lift, unfortunately, but as I said, maybe half a centimeter. Yeah, not much, so should do about fine. Yeah, I think this is our next one we have to talk about. Sorry, just a bit heavy because there's a lot of reading material in here. So we have a good connection with the team at Funkel's, and they approached us a few years ago. Hey, we're going to launch Glenmore 2 Chronicles, and it will need an organizer. And we did the original Glenmore organizer, and it was in 2019 in Spiel, or around that. And then they launched the second Kickstarter, and we thought, okay, there's more stuff coming out, and there's talks about a new expansion, which will kickstart probably somewhere next year. I don't know. Don't trust me on that. So we said, okay, we need to make a huge chest which will fit everything. So yeah, because we are talking about Chronicles, we need to make a chronicle, like a big book. So this is our attempt on the Glenmore Chronicles. This was the first time we used leather. So you have this leather strap with some nice metal looking rivets, which will hold the whole chest together. And you have the art engraved here, and then just a sneak peek. Now we have stored the base game on the bottom, and then the first expansion organizer here. And for the Kickstarter backers and for everything, for everyone else, there is the possibility for this placeholder. This is really just placeholder. So we have the space here for the next expansion, but so things don't fly around. We have it there. So everything is neatly stored. So once the new expansion is coming out, you will have space there to store everything, so don't be afraid of that. Just put the lid back on top. 2 rivets, ladder strap. Yeah, I would love to give it a 360, but it's our lovely chest. I think it fits the Calyx. I'm not sure, but if I'm not sure, let's try it. Oops, let's try it there, but let's try a different window. Board game boxes. So yeah, whoever is asking, does it fit a Calyx? Yeah, it does. So here's the proof of that. But I would just put it on the middle of the table. It doesn't matter who comes around. I think this is just a nice show off. Hey, sorry guys, I have a huge book, a wooden book. Sorry, it takes up table space. Should we talk about this, or first the expansions? This ones? Oh yeah, okay, sure. So many of you asked us, okay, what do we use for putting our organizers together. So we just set up, these things were coming slowly into our shop, but the Laserox was our first edition. And then later on we had like this little hobby knife and of course the hammer, which we use basically daily. So this is our building kit. You can get all 3 of them together. I mean, this is everything you need for building organizers. A little bit glue when it's needed for trimming the pieces, cutting some edges, and then just using some blunt force, hammering everything together. So this is a building kit, which is nice to have. We have a few other expansions like the upgrade kit for our Twilight Imperium organizer, which holds the Prophecy of Kings. We have some new tokens for that. We have the upgrade kit for Wingspan, the tokens for the Oceana, for the expansion, exactly. And then, I think a few more tokens for Twilight Imperium for new colors. And then we have a nice, it's an accessory, not an organizer. We call it the Calyx insert. Do we have one? Yeah, we do have one, of course. Why wouldn't we have one? So the Calyx insert is here. Storing game boxes on top of each other is nice, but it will damage your bottom boxes because why do we have 2 copies of Arnak? Oh, nice. Maybe we have to just make a giveaway? Sounds about right. So the bottom box, box will get damaged, it will tear out, the sides will warp. So with that, okay, it would be nice to have some storing shelving system. So this is kind of a modular system where you just have the shelves adjusted or like measured to the size of board game boxes. So let's take it out. It's just super easy. As you can see, maybe if I can get it into focus, like it's not equally spaced because this is the regular board game size, and then you have the medium size and the large size for like a Zombicide or Nemesis game box. So depending on your board games, you can put 3, 2, or even 4 games inside the Calyx, and then you can adjust the shelves however you need it. They're made from very sturdy 6mm plywood, as well, again, eco-friendly. And just assembly, you need no tools, just your 2 hands. You put a shelf wherever you want to, where your fit. So like you see, I have the tapestry game here on the bottom, which is a medium-sized box, and then let's say I put the next shelf in here, which would be a smaller game box. No, that's one smaller. Just rearrange the shelves. So that's about it. In the game boxes, there you go. And that's about it. So you can have them safely stored. They won't get any damaged. So they're just taken care of. Well taken care of. And then there's one last thing I want to talk about before you will subscribe to our channel, subscribe to the newsletter, check out our Instagram and Facebook and all the stuff. So, that's self-explanatory. You were already doing that. So we like big stuff. And we got the request to do something about Mansion of Madness. And we were thinking big. And then we thought, okay, we have the Eldritch Crate, which is like a big organizer out of wood and crate and looks nice. And maybe something similar. And then we started designing it, and then it just grew and grew as it would be just standing under the grain, and it's a plant. It's wood, but still. This monstrosity is our take on organizing everything which is there for Mansion of Madness 2nd edition. I don't know if it can get any bigger in the future, but this is, I think, definitely a milestone for us. It's just, you just put it on the table and it's nice, I think. Of course, we just want to make it awesome. Still a prototype, so we're like really, really close. Just a few tiny polishes, some tiny changes. It will get some nice embellishments on the corners. I think this is the top artwork. This is already finished. Front, side panels. let me get you a nice front view. This is a good angle. Okay, so how does it work? I mean, you can lift the top, but it won't open. Why not? Maybe you need to have some special spells here. Let me check. Oh, if there's a mechanism here. So if the symbols are aligning, probably that means something. And I will also try to do the same on the other side. And then, ta-da, magic. You can open the Crate of Madness. This is a two-story organizer, let's call it that way. The logic behind it, will do a separate organizer for the base game and some smaller expansion parts. So you will have that as an option. So if you have the base game, some extra stuff, that's about in here. So there are so many little things. It will interchange if you have the big crate, but for all the monsters, if you have them painted, if you have them on acrylic standees, that's absolutely no issue, because I know many of you just cut off the little black standees and just use the acrylic ones. They will all fit in here. That's absolutely no problem. And then they have many of these trays. Similarly to our Eldritch organizer, we have a large card holder, if I get it out, which has, again, a slanted angle. Just put it on here, and then it's just nice to draw from. Tokens, more characters, which are, again, they would fit if you even paint them, because they're just held by that. I mean, they fit all the characters from all expansions. Cards, that's what I'm saying there. We need to have a few little adjustments to make sure that everything fits snugly into the box. Larger cards, again with premium sleeves. More monsters, the large monsters, all the extra tokens which have an acrylic lid, and then from the bottom you can push them out. So I think it's nice to have them this way, because you just see which one to pick, so it's not like a huge search in kind of a tray, but just take a look. Yeah. In the final one you have like 3 of these, and then just take a look and just take the one you need. So I'm probably not organizing it back right, but I will ask for the phone helpline and then we sort it out. Yeah, but still. So this is like the base dimension organizer. And then you have the crate, which is then the first story here on top. You have additional trays for the cardboard tokens, and then monsters and figures, and I think this is also just a nice addition here. They all fit in here nicely, so. And then one story lower, you have more monsters and more monsters. Are there any more monsters? I think so. Yeah. So I think you understand the logic here. You have just so much space for all the monsters. So if you have the conversion kit, so all plays in here. This one is the organizer for all the map tiles, sorted with dividers. So these, I think they're adjustable. Yep, you can take them out, but they're also sorted by the expansions. We'll have some little icons somewhere probably to have it straightforward where to look for. And there's some extra space for all the rest. If you have bags, extra expansion, fan-made kits, tokens, whatever, that will have its space there. So, I mean, this is how you could store your mention collection if you're looking for something truly epic. I think this is at least a good take on it. So that's our sneak peek, our mention crate. I mean, feel free to ask us any questions on Facebook. Join our Discord where we have some, I think, nice, more interpersonal contact with you guys. And then any questions you may rise, you want to see some details, let us know and we are happy to answer. Yep, need some fighting. Probably I'm doing something wrong. Oh, there we go. Okay, my mistake. And then the base game. I flipped it. What? I need some help. That doesn't matter. I mean, it's still a prototype. Just look at the artwork. Just close your eyes. It's fine. It's not a mess. I'm not getting mad. I'm not turning mad. It doesn't matter. Okay. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, sorry. So I'm hiding behind this huge mansion chest. Yeah, take a last peek at the artwork because I think it's just mesmerizing. I think I will have it as a wall decor on my home. Turn around. I mean, yeah, it's heavy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this is a big chunk of wood. Yeah. That's about it. What we're working on next. I mean, you tell us. Tell me. Tell us what you want to see. What organizer you would need. You want fun for Catan or for Carcassonne, for something older, or you want something new? Let us know. We have a form on our website. If you go to there, you can put it into the field what organizer you would like to see. Put the game name in, and then we take it on list, and we'll try to make it happen. Oh yeah, we have something we're working on right now, and we'll launch quite soon. Is the Kingdom Rush organizer for the first Kickstarter, which was done by Lucky Duck Games. So I think I'm getting a prototype quite soon. So that's the last thing I wanna show you. Any questions which came up? Nothing. Okay, and that's a good sign. That means I'm clear. So yeah, I think that's about it. We'll share pictures on our Facebook and Instagram account, so you can check there if we have something interesting. Just playing around till I get the Kingdom Rush organizer. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you. There we go. Again, just the usual logic with everything labeled, with all the figures. What is nice here, I think? Yeah, just so many parts. I mean, you see how it's done. So all the damages. You have these character trays, which are identical, which basically replace the plastic ones, which the game came originally with. So you have all the larger card pieces here, and then this tray, which will have an engraving on top, which holds all the small cardboard pieces, and then you will have an engraving and the name of the character which you play. Oh, there is one, for example. Not like that, but in the same style. So this is how it will work, kind of. Yeah, it's just a small sneak peek to our Kingdom Rush organizer. Thank you for joining us today. Despite our little technical hiccups today, but I mean, we're still learning. And hopefully we see you next time in Q2. What is that? July-ish or August, something like that. And stay safe, stay healthy, and